Imagine being home alone and discovering someone dangerous is hiding in your basement. What would you do? This happened to me, and he wasn't just any stranger. He was family. The wind rattled the windows, and the hum of the old furnace made the house feel colder than it should have. I was 12, home alone with Mom while she ran a quick errand to pick up groceries. I had promised to stay downstairs, buried in my homework and listening to music through my headphones. But the basement door, it always creaked. I first heard around 5:30 p.m., a faint shuffle that didn't belong. At first, I thought maybe it was just the pipes settling. But then I heard something else, a cough, weak and wet, like someone who hadn't eaten properly in days. My stomach tightened, a warning I couldn't shake. I tiptoed toward the basement door, keeping my distance, listening. The sound came again, a cough, followed by the dragging of something heavy across the concrete floor. I froze. My first thought, break in. My second thought, don't scream. My hand shook as I reached for the light switch at the top of the stairs, but the basement light flickered and stayed off. Hello? I called softly, trying to sound braver than I felt. A voice answered, raspy, broken, and unmistakably human. Please don't come down. My heart raced. I wasn't supposed to go down there. Mom always told me to stay away from the basement. It smelled musty even when no one was down there, but the sound of the voice drew me like a moth to a flame. I crept down the stairs slowly, each step groaning under my weight. And then I saw him. He sat slumped in a corner, eyes hollow, skin pale and patchy, like he hadn't seen sunlight in years. His clothes were tattered. The smell of decay clung to him, and he smelled wrong. Sickly, I froze. My mind raced. Who was this man, and why was he in our house? I opened my mouth to call out to him, but before I could, he whispered something that made my blood run cold. I'm family. Family. That word echoed in my head. I scanned his face, familiar, yet twisted in a way I didn't understand. Then it hit me, a face I had seen in old photographs, the ones Mom always avoided looking at. My estranged uncle. And then it all came back. Mom had never talked about him much, but I had overheard snippets when I was younger. He'd been in and out of prison, convicted for hurting children. My stomach lurched. This was the man hiding in our basement. My uncle. I didn't mean to scare you, he rasped, a strange desperation in his voice. I needed a place to stay. I'm sick. I don't have anywhere else. I wanted to run, scream, and call Mom, but my phone was upstairs, and I didn't know what he might do if I moved. I slowly backed toward the stairs, trying to keep my eyes on him. Mom's coming home soon, I said, hoping my voice would carry some authority, some control. He nodded weakly, but there was a sudden sharpness in his eyes. She doesn't know. She can't know. Not yet. My chest tightened. Not yet? I knew then this was serious. I had to get out. I bolted up the stairs, heart hammering. I grabbed my phone from the living room table and dialed 911. The operator's calm voice was a lifeline as I whispered our address, trying not to alert him that I had called. Behind me, I heard movement, slow, deliberate, footsteps on the basement stairs. The operator asked if anyone was in the house. I swallowed hard. Yes, there's someone. He shouldn't be here. He's my uncle. He's dangerous. There was a pause, then, stay on the line. Don't go back downstairs. Lock yourself in a room if you can. I ran into the bathroom, locking the door behind me. My phone was pressed against my ear, hands trembling so badly I could barely hold it. From the basement, I could hear him muttering. I couldn't make out the words at first, just low, angry whispers, then a scream of frustration, followed by the loud slam of something heavy hitting the floor. Please, "Don't come down here," he growled. "I won't hurt her. I just need a place to hide." Hiding. That was it. He wasn't just sick. He was hiding. From the law, from Mom, and from everyone. And he was in our house. I pressed my back against the bathroom door, trying to calm myself. I had to think. My mind raced through every movie I had ever watched and every safety tip Mom had given me. Don't confront him. Stay calm. Wait for help. I heard the sound of keys jingling in the front door. Mom was home. Relief surged through me, but so did panic. I didn't know if he would leave quietly or if he would go after me. "Mom, don't come in. Lock the doors." I shouted, trying to sound louder than I was. She froze in the hallway. What is it?" "There's someone in the basement. My uncle. He's dangerous." I could hear the terror in my own voice. Mom's face went pale. Then she did something I didn't expect. She grabbed a baseball bat from the closet and crept toward the basement door, motioning for me to stay behind her. I heard the sirens before I saw the police. He had no time to react before they stormed in, commanding him to freeze. He tried to scramble toward a side door, but the officers were faster. As they handcuffed him, I felt a strange mix of fear and relief. The man who was supposed to be family, the man who had haunted my childhood through whispered warnings and vague threats, was gone. For now. Mom pulled me into a tight hug, her hands shaking. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I should have told you everything about him." I nodded, still trembling. I'm just glad we're okay." Later, when the house was quiet again, the officers told us that he had been living off the grid for months. They didn't know how long he had been hiding in our basement or how many times he had slipped in and out unnoticed. The thought made my skin crawl. But I knew one thing for certain. I had survived. And Mom would never let something like this happen again. The wind had stopped rattling the windows. The house smelled like bleach and fear. And even though the terror that night would stay with me forever, I had learned something vital. Courage isn't about not being scared. It's about doing what you need to survive, even when every bone in your body screams to run. And that night, I ran, I hid, and I survived. What would you do if someone dangerous from your family showed up in your house? Could you stay calm, or would fear take over? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more true-life horror stories that will keep you up at night. If you enjoyed this chilling true story, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more real-life horror stories every week. Until next time, stay safe